Sarah Mitchell was 34 years old when she realized she had become a stranger to herself. Sitting on the terrace of her desert home in Sedona, watching the red rocks glow orange under the setting sun, she held a cup of herbal tea that had gone cold in her hands. For months, a persistent feeling of emptiness had followed her. Not exactly sadness, but an absence of vitality that permeated every area of her life. As a successful landscape designer, Sarah had built a solid career creating sustainable gardens that harmonized with the Arizona desert ecosystem. But lately, even the creativity that had always defined her seemed to have dried up like the desert soil in summer. And in the most intimate aspect of her existence, she felt completely disconnected from herself. Her libido, which had once been a source of joy and self-discovery, had practically vanished over the past 2 years. It was her friend Rachel who first mentioned Beto Alves. "Sarah, you need to know about his work. It's not conventional therapy. It's transformative," Rachel said during lunch at a cafe in downtown Sedona. "He's a sexologist who works with tantra, breathwork, somatic therapies. He helps women reconnect with their sexual energy in profound and respectful ways." Sarah hesitated initially. The idea of sharing something so intimate with a stranger made her uncomfortable. But the pain of living disconnected from herself was greater than her fear. 3 days later, she was dialing the number Rachel had sent her. The voice on the phone was calm and welcoming. Beto Alves, 35 years old, explained that his work focused on energetic realignment through practices that integrated body, mind, and spirit. "This isn't just about sexuality, Sarah," he said during that first conversation. "It's about reconnecting you with your life force, with what makes you feel alive and present in the world." Beto's practice was located in a renovated adobe house near Cathedral Rock, surrounded by gardens filled with native desert plants and meditation spaces. Sarah arrived for her first session with her heart racing, wearing comfortable clothes as he had instructed. The treatment room was spacious and filled with natural light, with cushions on the floor, a massage table covered in soft fabrics, and the gentle scent of sage floating in the air. Beto greeted her with a genuine smile. He was a man of serene presence, attentive eyes, and an energy that immediately put her at ease. They began by talking. He asked questions about her life, her relationships, her experiences with pleasure and intimacy, always with respect and without judgment. "Sarah, what you're experiencing is more common than you might think," said Beto, sitting on a cushion across from her. "Women frequently disconnect from their libido for various reasons: stress, trauma, cultural patterns that suppress female sexuality, even lack of bodily self-knowledge. My work is to create a safe space where you can rediscover this energy that has always been within you." In the first sessions, they worked primarily with breathwork. Beto taught tantric breathing techniques that Sarah practiced lying on the table with her eyes closed. "Breath is the bridge between the conscious and unconscious," he explained. "When we breathe deeply, we move stagnant energy and create space for new possibilities." Sarah experienced strange sensations during these practices. Sometimes waves of heat coursed through her body. Other times tears flowed for no apparent reason. Beto explained these were emotional releases, cellular memories being processed and released. "Your body has stored everything you've experienced," he said in one of the sessions. "Every disappointment, every moment you silenced yourself, every time you denied your own desire. We're allowing these imprints to dissolve." In the fourth session, Beto introduced exercises in conscious self-pleasure. Sarah felt initially embarrassed, but he explained naturally. "Self-pleasure isn't about performance or achieving a specific goal. It's about exploration, curiosity, about creating a loving relationship with your own body." He guided her to spend the following week, dedicating time to touch herself without hurry, without expectations, simply observing the sensations that arose. Use essential oils, create a beautiful environment, play music that moves you, transform this into a sacred ritual of reconnection, he suggested. Sarah followed the guidance. On the first day, she felt ridiculous, lighting candles in her bedroom as if preparing for a romantic date with herself. But as she allowed herself to relax, something began to awaken. Her hands explored her body with gentleness, discovering zones of pleasure she had forgotten existed. In the next session, she shared her discoveries with Beto, who listened attentively, asking questions that helped her deepen her understanding. "You've begun to reclaim your bodily sovereignty," he said, smiling. "This is fundamental. No one can give you pleasure if you don't know where and how to find it yourself." As the weeks passed, Sarah noticed changes beyond the sexual aspect. She felt more creative at work, more present in her conversations, more connected to the beauty around her. It was as if a fog that had enveloped her was gradually dissipating. Beto introduced practices of conscious movement, teaching her to dance alone, moving her hips in ways that unblocked stagnant sexual energy. In Tantra, we recognize that sexual energy is creative energy. It's life force, he explained while playing soft music. When it flows freely, our entire life flourishes. Sarah danced at home, sometimes feeling powerful, sometimes vulnerable, always more alive. She began to notice how she had spent years repressing not just her sexuality, but her own expression in the world. How many times had she minimized her ideas in meetings? How many times had she silenced her desires in relationships? In the 12th session, Beto mentioned intimate alchemy for the first time. "It's a practice I created, integrating tantric principles with deep energetic work," he explained. "It's the moment when all the work we've done until now integrates into an experience of energetic elevation through conscious sexual engagement. But we only proceed if you feel ready." Sarah felt a mixture of curiosity and nervousness. Beto noticed and continued, "There's no rush, and I want to be clear. This isn't about me or about a relationship between us. It's about you using the presence of another human being, in an absolutely safe and respectful context, to reach deeper levels of connection with yourself." She took 3 weeks reflecting. She talked with Rachel, who had gone through the same experience and described it as transformative. She meditated on her intentions. And finally, she felt that yes, she was ready to take this step. When she communicated her decision, Beto prepared everything carefully. He explained in detail what the session would involve, which breathing practices they would use, how he would guide her to maintain conscious awareness throughout the entire experience. They established clear boundaries, safe words, and he assured her she could stop at any moment. The session took place on a luminous spring afternoon. The practice room was prepared with fresh flowers, natural incense, and soft fabrics. They began with a long meditation together, followed by synchronized breathing exercises that created a shared energetic field. When they finally approached each other physically, each touch was conscious, deliberate, energetic. Beto guided Sarah to maintain attention on her breath, to observe sensations without judgment, to allow sexual energy to rise up her spine rather than dissipate quickly. "We're not seeking an explosive climax," he murmured, as his hands touched her body with reverence. "We're cultivating an experience of expanded pleasure that spreads throughout your entire being." Sarah felt waves of energy coursing through her body in ways she had never experienced. It wasn't just physical sensation. It was emotional, spiritual, a profound reconnection with her own feminine essence. Tears streamed down her face while she simultaneously smiled, her body trembling with the intensity of the experience. Beto guided her through specific breathing patterns, maintaining eye contact, creating a space of total presence and safety. "What you're feeling is your own vital energy," he said. "It's your creative force, your personal power. You're remembering who you truly are." The experience lasted nearly 2 hours. When they finally rested, Sarah felt simultaneously exhausted and energized, as if every cell in her body was vibrating at a new frequency. They remained in silence for long minutes, just breathing together, integrating the experience. "How do you feel?" Beto eventually asked, covering her with a soft blanket. "Whole," Sarah responded, her voice thick with emotion. "For the first time in years, I feel completely whole." In the following weeks, Sarah went through a process of deep integration. She continued sessions with Beto, but now focused on helping her maintain and cultivate on her own the energy she had awakened. He taught daily breathing practices, specific meditations, conscious self-pleasure exercises she could do at home. "The real work begins now," Beto said in one of their last sessions. "You've awakened this energy, but you need to feed it daily. It's like lighting a fire. You need to keep adding wood so it doesn't go out." Sarah transformed her routine. She woke up half an hour earlier to meditate and practice breath work. She created self-pleasure rituals at least twice a week, treating these moments with the same importance she gave to work meetings. She danced at home, allowing her body to express itself freely, and the effects spread to all areas of her life. At work, she proposed innovative projects she would have previously kept to herself. She began painting again, something she had abandoned years ago. She started a romantic relationship with someone she met at an art gallery, and for the first time, she could communicate her desires and boundaries with clarity. Her friend Rachel noticed the transformation. "You're radiant, Sarah. It's like you've become a more vivid version of yourself." And that was exactly how Sarah felt. It wasn't that she had become another person. She had rescued parts of herself that had been dormant, healed disconnections that had fragmented her, reclaimed her sovereignty over her own body and life. 6 months after her last session with Beto, Sarah returned to the practice for a follow-up conversation. Sitting in the garden, she shared how she was maintaining the practices and reaping the fruits of this transformation. "You know what surprises me most, Beto?" she said. "I came to you thinking I had a libido problem, that I needed to fix something broken. But I discovered there was never anything wrong with me. I had just disconnected from my own vitality." Beto smiled. "That's the greatest insight, Sarah. Sexual energy, libido, isn't something separate from who you are. It's an expression of your life force, your creativity, your connection to life itself. When you reconnect with it, everything flourishes." Sarah looked at the garden around her, watching hummingbirds dance among the desert flowers. She felt a wave of gratitude for Rachel, who encouraged her, for Beto, who guided her with such respect and wisdom, but mainly for herself, for having had the courage to seek this transformation. She knew the path of self-discovery never truly ends. There would always be new layers to explore, new aspects of herself to integrate, but now she had the tools, the understanding, and the deep connection with herself to navigate this path with confidence. As she drove back home through the streets of Sedona, with the desert breeze entering through the window, Sarah smiled. For the first time in a long while, she felt truly alive, fully present, deeply connected to the powerful and vibrant woman she had always been but had forgotten to be. The journey of awakening her libido had revealed itself to be much more than that. It had been a path back home, to herself, to the fullness of her own existence. And this, Sarah knew, was the greatest gift she could have given herself. The red rocks of Sedona glowed in the twilight, and Sarah felt herself glowing too. A woman reborn, not into someone new, but into the truest version of herself she had ever been.